What is up, guys? Episode 87 of the Fight Geeks Podcast.
We are here on UFC 311 Fight Night for
Let's
y'all.
go, Chizzy Chat. What's going on, guys? We got a lot of fights tonight.
A lot of things have changed,
But
though.
shit happened.
A lot of
I had
things have
texted
changed.
you when I saw it. I was like, bro, what's going on? Because at first it was a rumor. Because all this big people were posting it, all the big journalists. And then I saw all the credit was going to some like irrelevant like dude with like 1,000 followers. I was like,
But they know their shit sometimes.
so I was like, these huge companies are crediting this small. It must be true. So we saw that Arman pulled out of the fight against Islam Makhachev almost, I think, a little over 24 hours in advance. I think the night after the weigh-ins, it was like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
He had initially made the call, said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fight. I'll let you know soon. 6 a.m. it was officially called off. But, you know, like Islam's team, everybody knew around 1 a.m. that it probably
they
wasn't
knew
gonna go
they
down.
knew that night going into
So it
it.
probably wasn't going to go down. Now, guys, that Islam obviously accepted to fight. Who is it?
Okay, we thought it was Renato Moicano, but it's Renato.
Yeah,
Renato Moicano. It's like, all right.
So
Renato Moicano.
I'm seeing a lot of people post, and we had talked about this a little bit. People are saying this is what a real pound for pound number one does in Islam Makhachev. They're saying he has earned his number one pound for pound spot because he does not deny fights. And me and Matt were like, yo, like, why would he deny?
Why would he deny this?
All the times at short notice, it was in his like favorable position. Like he had a full camp. Obviously, Marciano was well, but he was training to fight Beneil Dariush, bro. And now he's fighting Islam Makhachev, bro. Like, if I'm Islam and I get a call, hey, you don't got to fight Arman, you're fighting Marciano, a guy Jalen Turner, almost starched, I'd be like, oh my god, dude, I'd be celebrating. You're getting paid the same to whoop ass on a less deserving contender, and
that's what we're going to be debating in this episode is Islam's like projection to being the greatest lightweight going to be tainted by these short notice fights on his record? I think they might be.
A little upset, and I do 100% agree with you. It's not even Islam's fault, but it's the journalists, like all these big, Twitter accounts crediting Islam for this. Listen, it is not Islam's fault, and I do think he's rightfully so the number one pound for pound, but it's the fact that they're saying, oh my God, he didn't pull out. Really? Did you think he was going to pull out against Marciano?
In every scenario of someone pulling out, it's been a lower skilled opponent.
Yes, exactly.
He went from fighting the number one Arman Tsarukyan.
That's what they're
now.
This
is the number 10 guy. It's like
that's what they're leaving out in the headline.
You know what
guys. I mean? And so we'll get to that, and then
so there should be no reason that Islam even has a thought about dropping this fight.
You guys, if you haven't known, you're not in the UFC. What happened to Beneil Dariush, right? Because Marciano was originally scheduled to fight him tonight.
Yeah,
he went out and said, Dana's taking care of me. He's giving my show and win. That does sound really good, and it is really good, right? Because now, you don't have to fight. But what if he wanted to fight? Some people
that would have been his last fight. You think?
Some people aren't only doing it for money. They love the sport as well. And Dariush says he's okay with it, but in my opinion, I think you deserve a little bit more. Even though you're getting your show and win, I think you deserve a bonus on top because you just went through a whole training camp. You just went through a brutal weight cut at that. We all know the famous picture of Beneil Dariush, bro. It's funny as heck. And now you're going to say, I feel fine because I'm getting my show and win. You deserve a little more. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. If it was anybody else, I feel like they're getting a little extra. Maybe he did get a little extra on the side, and Dana was like, yo, hush. But to me, in my opinion, that's not worth it. You just trained 4 months and then had a brutal weight cut, and then you're not fighting and you're happy just because you get your show and win. Fuck that. What if you would have got the bonus? What if you got knocked out of the night? So it is what it is. How do you feel about that? And Beneil's side, do you think Beneil is okay? Just
if I'm Beneil no, but with the Beneil Dariush situation,
are you happy in Beneil's position if you are Beneil?
I think I'm just gonna take what I can get with this in this situation because it's like, okay, I'm the number 9 ranked guy. I'm fighting a number 10 ranked guy, and I'm on a 2-loss streak, and he's on a 4-win streak. I'm probably gonna lose this fight. You know what I mean?
Take your show and win.
Like realistically, like obviously you never want to think you're gonna lose, but like I feel like if you go with your gut on this fight, you're like, Renato Moicano is gonna win this. You know what I mean?
He was a favorite.
Like, is anyone doubting Moicano against Dariush? That was like, I don't want to say it was an instant loss for Dariush. I obviously predicted Dariush submission, but in MMA, like he's supposed to beat Dariush there, just as other fights have worked out in this like this. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So I'm trying to find an example, but like.
Yeah, so the card
it's like of course Bilal is gonna beat Leon because it's the biggest upset of all time. But it's like in these kind of fights, these lower ranked, like all right, number 10 versus number 9, bro. It's someone that's obviously moving up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I'm happy for Dariush. We don't really have, I feel like that's the extent we talk about this.
Yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, the card got shifted up. And
card got messed up.
It's been happening a lot lately. There hasn't been a lot of the rightful title shot deservers lately. I think the UFC
I think Saryukin was the best. And
I think UFC should slow down a little bit and let the deserving people get their shot. I don't think it always has to be a title fight.
Yeah.
You know, like Islam's known for not fighting for a year, so why not just not
He's
fight?
gonna after tonight.
Just to be honest, like
he's gonna be out for a bit.
This is honestly what it is a win-win for everybody in the situation involved, right? You're Marciano, you're on the tail end of your career. You've been in the UFC for over 10 years. You're getting a title shot
tonight. And
you honestly probably didn't expect a title shot. You probably weren't going to get past the top guys in Gaethje, Poirier, Oliveira. You probably were not going to get a title shot without Arman pulling out. And honestly, it's a win-win for everybody involved besides the fans, in my opinion. Respect to the fighters and everybody, you know, taking it and whatever. And for even being able to save the card and still having 2 title fights. But I think it's been a really kind of weird run for the UFC where we haven't had a lot of like, oh my God, fights. You know, like this card was looking like pretty good. And now
it was looking amazing for the first fight of the year.
It already got hindered a little bit. And it's like, why don't we just wait? Imagine we don't have Islam fight and we could stack him up for even a crazier card a couple months down
like
the
he
line.
Just sits out of this.
But that's enough on that. Either way,
the card shifted. Our predictions are all screwed
Either way,
up.
we still have a good fight tonight. I think we can make new predictions on the card. What do you think in the Islam?
All right, so we already have Kevin Holland.
I'm going to tell you straight up. I have Islam submission straight up. I think round 3 or 4. And honestly,
I think I still have Islam knockout.
I was going to say he might even knock him out because let's be honest, we saw what happened with Jayla Turner versus.
Should we go live on Instagram
Matt,
for these?
Your only issue for
the rest of the pod, we'll go live.
Your only issue for going Islam knockout is Islam's the type to knock you down and then submit you. So if he knocks him out, he's going to need a clean knockout. You know what I'm saying? But I still like that pick. Was Beneil Dariush on the main card before that?
Let's do UFC 311 predictions. And then just do the Islam fight. 1,000 of our followers are active right now. Do you want to just go live for the rest of the pod? Yeah. You know, just keep it civil. What's up, y'all? We are in the podcast studio. We're just recording, so let's just do what we're doing. You feel me?
So, yeah, I have Islam Makhachev by submission because, like I just stated, too, I think even though his striking might be a little bit better than Marciano's, I do think if he knocks him down, he's going to look for the submission rather than the TKO finish like we similarly saw with Oliveira and a couple other of his fights. But what do you have? What is your new prediction for this new lightweight main event?
So, I mean, Islam Makhachev, you know what I mean? Like, I already was rooting for Islam against Arman. I already predicted Islam against Arman.
I predicted Islam.
You also predicted Islam against Arman. But now, Arman against Moicano, like, I understand that there's just so much hype around Moicano right now. But sometimes you got to put, you know, the hype in your heart when you're predicting, and you got to
throw and you say
you got to just go to logic.
See, who's the better fighter? What are the statistics?
And Habib, I saw this Habib clip earlier. Habib was like, "Listen, we had somebody from Mexico come train with us, right? And they were like, all right, I'm going to go home for Christmas." Habib was like, you leave your family behind when you go through this. If you go to Dagestan, you leave your family behind.
This guy says, Marciano,
have you seen that clip?
Boo Islam, boo Khabib. Yeah, facts, Conor Sullivan. We don't... Conor Sullivan.
Mods,
but
Conor Sullivan.
Guys, we want to know your predictions for the Marciano
fight.
Also
tell the podcast what we're doing right now.
Guys, we are live on Instagram, and we are doing a prediction of the Islam Marciano fight, trying to see what some of the fans think. What do you guys think is going to happen tonight with the new main event, Marciano versus Makhachev? We got this guy saying Marciano couldn't defend any Vardy takedown. That is a great point. That is why I think Marciano is going to get smashed. And I think that this fight is going to be fairly easy for Islam, and why he might not be the number 1 pound-for-pound greatest of all time.
We can go band for band. We can go bill for bill. There we go.
Dude, that's like my own. What do you guys think? What do you guys think is Islam versus Marciano?
Donate.
But I think Rentno loses in our 4 minutes. All right, so I don't know about a round 1 because I do think Islam's one of the bitchest fighters in the UFC where he'll like go to round 2 and 3, 4 because he's not confident in round 1, and I think that he gets a round 3 or 4 finish. The Conor comes back and takes his rightful throne.
Bruce Buffer joint. Bruce Buffer joined.
Bruce Buffer. Is that the real one?
Yeah. All right, let's get back to the podcast.
Guys,
we're just going to film the podcast.
We're just going to film the pod. Y'all could be here. But basically, I have Islam smashing Marciano. Matt has
Islam knockout,
Islam, a.k.a.
submission.
smashing Marciano. And I have Islam submission.
Moicano. It's not Marciano. It's Moicano.
Guys, I'm Spanish, so sorry if I say the names wrong.
All right, so that was the first fight that was changed. Co-main event, you already know we both have Merab.
We both have Merab. I have
I have Hill. You have Yuri. What's up, Steve? I have Jamal. You have Yuri.
I have Riddler.
You have Almeida. I have Sergey Spivak. He has Jailton Almeida.
And then I have Riddler.
I have Holland. He has Reiner de Ritter. I have Kevin Holland. And that is our you guys. If you watched the last podcast, you know that was our predictions. But what we also wanted to talk about is Islam Makhachev's legacy tainted from a short notice Volkanovski fight, a short notice, Renato Moicano fight, and a Dustin Poirier out of his prime fight.
The answer is yes.
And I think that's what people aren't talking about enough.
You have a title defense against a Poirier who got his third title shot 8 years after his first one. You have what is it, Marciano?
Moicano. I'm teaching Kyle Moicano.
You have Moicano, a guy who is very undeserving of the title shot, and then on top of that has been in the UFC for over 10 years and never even made it into the
Did you just say he was deserving of the title shot?
No, very undeserving.
Okay, yeah. And undeserving.
You have a guy in Armin who was very deserving, right? Beat the top guy in Charles Oliveira, who looked great against Chandler. And honestly, I was very excited for this title fight. And I don't even blame Armin for pulling out. I think fight the best dude in the world when you're at your best.
Yeah.
If he loses this fight, he's got to go take 3 or 4 more to get a title shot back. With the pulling out of the fight, he might only have to fight one more time to get it. So is the legacy tainted? Back to that. Yes. What do you think and why?
I think Islam Makhachev's legacy is tainted from having 2 short notice fights. Because, if you look through his...
All right. I have to mention this. Someone on the Instagram Live here says definitely not tainted. It's not his fault. And
true. That is the counter argument.
We are not saying it's not his fault. But our point is that when you look
back on this,
in 5 years from now, on the resume, when you're looking and you see Marciano and you see Volkanovski twice and you see it all on short notice, you're like, what is going on? And you're like, but is he really deserving?
This is the point I want to make about that.
It's not his fault, though. It is not his fault, but he is not. Of the lightweight division.
Islam's best win right now. Can anyone agree with me? Islam's best win
is Bobby Green.
No, it's Charles Oliveira winning the title when he submitted Red Hot Oliveira.
I agree with that. He did submit the Red Hot Oliveira, who came off.
That is his best win. Then he has Volkanovski. Okay, he's a weight class below. Volkanovski on 10-day notice. Okay, he's an alcoholic.
Him not being.
Then he has Poirier. Okay, he's out of his prime. And now. Okay, I have the number 10 ranked guy. We'll see what happens tonight.
Right. Imagine you're Islam, right? You get a call at 1 a.m. and says, hey, you're not fighting the young and up-and-coming Armin Tsarukyan. You're fighting the 35-year-old Marciano. Are you fucking kidding me? You're lit. You're Islam got up and started twerking, bro. On gosh. Imagine that. Imagine you're sitting there. You're fighting the next up-and-coming guy who just beat Oliveira, and now you're fighting Marciano, bro. A guy who almost got starched. Moicano. A guy that almost just got starched by Dylan Turner. So does Jones beating Stipe. Tainting his legacy. Are you dumb?
No, that was a planned fight.
I'm just kidding. You're not dumb, bro. I love you, bro.
That was a planned fight.
Y'all watching the fight? Yo, we're not watching the fight.
Not yet.
We should probably.
We're actually not watching the prelims.
We're actually gonna watch the fight.
We're gonna watch the prelims
right after this pod. Oh my god! Hey, check out McNally.
Is that your coworker?
That's my biggest fan. That is my former coworker. Unfortunately, he got fired. It's unfortunate, man. You got fired. You got good.
Yes, if you are watching this Instagram Live, we are also recording.
Hey, Jacob, we got the fights online in 2 hours. Or there's fights right now, but the main card, make sure you tune in. I'm going to send you my bets after this pod here. But
what's up, Dad tripping?
So we wanted to basically the final answer of does it taint his legacy is, in my opinion, it's yes. In your opinion, it's yes. Obviously, we have someone in here who disagrees, which is fine. But all I'm saying is, in my opinion, it does. You got to, in order to have a good legacy, you got to constantly beat the best guys, and that's not what he's been doing. He has a win and a defense against featherweight, and then he's fighting Wash Poirier, who had his 3rd title shot, and then Moicano, who, guys, he's been in the UFC for 10 years and he got his first title shot and is on a 4-fight win streak. Who cares?
All right, so another storyline for UFC 311. Hear me out. What does it take for Arman Tsarukyan to get back to the title shot? Does he instantly get it?
No. I don't.
Or does he have to win a fight now?
I think in a situation where you're like him, where you're star.
Does he have to beat Moicano?
When you
if
look
Moicano looks
when you
good?
look at the star power band, right? It's like this. It's about yay big, right? We're talking star power. We're talking Conor at the top. We're talking Amanda Ribas,
John
at the bottom,
Jones
right? So
at the top.
here's it is. And Armin's right. I'd say below mid. He's below mid.
And star power?
Yeah. In my opinion, I don't think he had
True.
I think a lot of people just hate Islam, so that kind of boosted Armin's likeliness over the.
Depends though, because
fight week.
I was really excited for this fight.
Well, I was really
You know what I
excited
mean?
as well, but I do think if you were to look at Armin's fan base, he doesn't have a lot of tell me a highlight reel from his career right now. I couldn't tell you one, and I don't think a lot of people could. And
Not getting submitted
so his
by
star power is
Oliveira.
not the greatest. So I think when you come back, I think a lot of as excited as people were, the lightweight division might be in a situation where no one else is really deserving besides him, so you give it to him. But I think Dana White's petty and will be like, "Yo, you're fighting one more time." But it's like if it's not Armin, who else?
The winner of Dan Hooker Gaethje.
That's what I mean. So it's nobody else.
So it's really nobody good.
You said
I really wanted to see Islam
Gaethje on
versus
his third
Arman,
title
man,
shot, too.
the champion versus the number one contender.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see that, but we can't. So we're gonna have to, I guess, just wait to see with Arman. The funny thing is, so he had a YouTube video with Nina Drama, but I guess it was filmed months before. But he was
that was funny.
spinning on his head. Arman was spinning on his head and twisting his back and
It was the neck
tons
workout,
of different
but,
angles.
Shit,
And everyone's like, Arman 4 days ago. But it wasn't actually 4 days ago. That's the thing. But yeah, guys, we really don't have a ton for tonight's podcast.
We're going to play some Guess That for
We're going to play some Guess That Fighter. And I think, honestly, bro, what we should do is maybe vlog a little bit at the fights, our reaction to at least.
Yeah, we got to go downstairs.
If Moicano wins, we're recording some shit.
Oh, yeah. Also, I want to watch the fights right now. So after this pod, we got to run downstairs.
We're going to be watching the fight
Turn on the
soon,
fights.
y'all.
So,
What do y'all
guys,
think of the setup in the live?
let's play a game of Guess That Fighter. I think we do one or two rounds each.
Fighter.
Basically, how we play is one of us picks a fighter and the other one asks questions. And so basically, I'm going to think of a fighter. Matt's going to ask me questions and try and guess that fighter.
Can you
in
swear
the
on
least
Instagram
amount
Live?
of course. I don't know. Can you pull out beer on Instagram Live? Guys,
I'm on Instagram Live.
guys, we got to go. I accidentally cussed. We're going to play Guess That Fighter. It's where
Guys, we're going to play Guess That Fighter.
Guys, we're gonna play Guess That Fighter. That's where I pick a fighter. Matt asks me questions, and he has to try to guess my fighter in the least amount of questions possible.
Yo.
Guys, all right, now normal intro. Guys, welcome to Guess That Fighter. I'm gonna think of a fighter. Matt's gonna ask me questions and try to guess that fighter in the least amount of questions possible. Guess what?
I'm ready to guess that fighter Guess That Fighter on Fight Geeks
Guys,
Podcast
we're gonna play
tonight.
Guess That Fighter. Where Matt has to guess my fighter in the least amount of questions possible. And let's just say I have the fighter in mind, and I'm ready for you to
All right.
fire some questions.
What is up, guys? Welcome to Guess That Fighter. Tonight we're going to be guessing that fighter on Guess That Fighter. So I'm going to guess my first fighter.
Guess that fighter, guys. I have a fighter in mind. All right. One of those is good.
All of them are good.
Let's just play. I have.
So I'm going to start guessing his fighter. I'm going to
He's gonna ask
guess
me questions and try to guess my fighter.
what is going on YouTube. Dude, that's actually a goated intro.
All right, I'm ready.
Should this be the intro to our Wing series? What is going on YouTube?
What is going on YouTube?
No, it's what is going on YouTube?
What is going on YouTube? All right.
What is going on YouTube?
Start asking me questions to guess my
You
fighter.
sound like Phase of Dap, kind of. I'm going to guess, is your fighter a lightweight?
No, man. That's
Is your fighter a heavyweight?
Nah.
Is your heavyweight a fighter? No, is your fighter a light heavyweight?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Is your fighter Jonathan Jones?
No.
Is your fighter Chael Sonnen?
No.
Is your
This
fighter
doesn't
Glover
count.
Teixeira?
No.
I want it to get bad, so I gotta
6
come
questions.
back.
He's already
Is your
selling.
fighter fighting in the UFC right now?
Yes.
Is your fighter Anthony Smith?
Yes.
Let's go.
8 questions.
Let's go.
But you sold asking so many.
Let's
But
go.
8. So think of a fighter.
No, if I wouldn't have done that, I would never have guessed Anthony
So guys,
Smith.
Matt guesses my fighter in just 8 questions, which is
Holy-
honestly mid tier for us. Usually
Let's
it's either
go.
way above that or way below that.
Let's go.
It's a very good pick in that he kind of guessed a lot of fighters. Some of them weren't even like heavyweights that he guessed, but guys, I have to try and beat his fighter in
Chael
8
Sonnen.
questions or less. But you said John Jones.
Here's a light heavyweight.
Was.
Oh, sure. But that was a pretty good round to pull it out the fire like that. Can you not even cap?
It was mid.
I've early
I'm
guessed
not
you
crediting
twice.
that. I'm not crediting that. Early, that was 8 questions. I'm
I know,
beating
but
that.
I was-
I'm beating that, child. I'm
Eight is
beating
actually
that.
not that
I'm
much.
beating that. How? Beat it.
All right, let me guess a
Beat it
fighter.
up. Beat it up. Beat it up. Yeah.
All right, I got my fighter.
Is the fighter in the lightweight division?
Yeah.
That's one question I already
got it on
have.
the
to do.
first
Is he
one.
ranked?
Yeah.
Is he retired?
No.
Okay.
Just wasting one, bro. Ranked would not mean retired. Come on, dog.
That's not true, because if I said ranked and then you said yeah, he's ranked. Wait.
It doesn't matter. That's 3. That's 3, chat. Chat, is this real?
Chat, I saw Joseph ranked lightweight. Is the fighter American?
No.
Ranked lightweight, not American. He's not American, ranked lightweight. So that actually eliminates a lot of people. So it's not Gaethje.
Boy.
It's not Gaethje. It's not Poirier. It's not Turner. It's not Dan Hooker. So it leaves out a couple of fighters, man. You don't got many left, boy.
I feel like I'm throwing up a gang sign with holding up the foe.
Is the fighter Gamrot?
No.
He's definitely American. Am I fucking stupid?
The fighter's not American.
I know. Gamrot's definitely American, so that's my point. Or it might not be, but I don't know. So it's not Fiziev, it's not Gaethje, it's not Poirier.
These guesses? No, fuck with you.
No, these are
at 5.
facts. These are
You're
facts,
at 5
guys.
right
These
now,
are
y'all.
Facts.
Okay. It's not. Okay, I'm just going to give you this. It's not Fiziev.
Well, I know
But
that.
Fiziev
He's
isn't a
American.
fucking American.
What the fuck is he?
He's not American.
He's American. He's a lumberjack.
He's
American.
not.
He's American. Wherever he was born, he was meant to be an American. That's why he's here. So it is what it is.
You got 3 more questions to tie, 4 to lose.
So
2 to win.
I'm not asking a question. I'm just going through my options. So it's Islam, Marciano, Armin Sarukyan. Is he American?
Fuck no, he's Armenian. Don't you look at our account?
Why is he Armenian?
You fuck. I post the nationalities of every fighter every day.
Is it Islam Makhachev?
No.
Is it Money Moicano?
Yes. Yeah! You beat me by 1. Dude, you beat me
I
by
beat him
1.
by 1, and it was an obvious one. I
Wow.
like how you picked a semi-obvious one because
Wow.
not obvious, but
Yeah. I was like, he's fighting tonight, Moicano. I'm doing it. You feel me?
guys,
You feel me?
I won that round against that fighter because I am like that.
All right, so 1 to 1.
I'm like that.
Because I won last week.
I'm like that, guys. We have a tiebreaker.
Next pod. So, chat, we don't know if this is the end of the episode. I don't think it can be because we got to talk about the fights after them.
Which fights? Yes,
in Colin's basement.
Yeah. I agree.
Like a
We
little
should.
vlog.
Let's do a little segment of that. Let's cut to that.
Are we actually going to do it? We have to.
No, yeah, pull it out. As long as there's not like.
All right,
25
I'm
people.
hoping that the future us does this.
Just go like this, guys. We're gonna cut to our buddy's house where we
We're
just
gonna be
watch the
standing
fights,
exactly
and we're
like
gonna
this.
see what happens.
And we're going
All
to be
right.
standing exactly like this.
Guys, Renato Moicano just won. Psych Islam Makhachev just won by submission.
Islam's going by submission. Moicano sucks. He's been in the UFC for 10 years. He got on a 4-fight win streak. Islam's eating these boosted title defenses. Once he fights a real contender, he's going to get knocked out. Moicano rocked him. Now for this.
Islam Makhachev got Moicano to the ground and he instantly basically submitted him. Moicano just wasn't ready. Moicano just wasn't ready, and that is it. Also, other fights, Jamal Hill got knocked out.
Jamal Hill got knocked the fuck out by
Yeah.
Yuri Prochazka. Like I predicted, guys, that belt is mine.
Kevin Holland lost.
Just
After the fight.
just a little
'cause it was
something.
1:30 a.m.
So just a little something for y'all. We just wanted to let you guys know about the update on the fights tonight, what we think is going to happen with the new fights.
Fight
and then on top of
changes.
that, give you guys a little round of Guess That Fighter, but we got more stuff planned for the future. Stay tuned for that.
Yes.
And let's go, guys.
All right, if someone's watching this end of the video, I'm just going to say it. We're going to be planning the pilot of our brand new series coming to Just Geeks on YouTube. The name is not announced, but I think we call it Winging Around Town.
Winging around town, winging around town.
Dude, that was the
pound town.
Dude, that was that theme song I made up. I was like, winging around town, winging around town.
All right, let's do
winging
it.
around, winging
So,
around,
yeah,
winging around town.
So stay tuned for winging around, guys.
Winging around town, or
We
just winging
appreciate
around.
you guys. We have not missed a week in 2025 from when we started.
Besides one,
From when we
We're on a
started.
2-weekend streak.
2 week
we're
pod
doing
streak,
quantity over
and,
quality, y'all. Fuck.
That's what we want. That's what
Quantity over quality. Fuck y'all.
Yo, guys, quantity over quality, and appreciate it.
Nah, we
Peace
love
out,
y'all.
man.
Peace.
Whoa, whoa, and I'm on.